Now with the 4th pick, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jaren Jackson Jr. To be honest, I think if Marvin Bagley III and Luka Doncic are both off the boards, the Grizzlies will likely move the 4th and Parsons to move down. If they cannot find a suitable trade, the Grizzlies will take Jackson Jr. Jackson is the type of player a general manager can look at as a blank canvas. Big, long, athletic, and versatile, with an outrageous ceiling on both ends of the floor. He has versatility as a playmaker and as a shooter, and he shot 80% from the free throw line, 40% from three-point range, but for every single prospect who's a blank canvas, there's always some risk here. Jackson's highlight reel is incredible, but he only averaged roughly 22 minutes per game at Michigan State. That is an extremely small sample size. I'm never keen on blank canvas type of players who check all the boxes but don't necessarily have the resume. But, I mean, you never know with a guy like him. With the 5th pick, the Dallas Mavericks select Mohamed Bamba. Now, potential is the keyword with Bamba. He already is seen as an elite Rudy Gobert-like rim protector. He also has a 7'10" wingspan, the longest in the NBA. But the incredibly long 7-footer will have to add weight and improve his offensive arsenal. His shot is more than adequate for a big man. Though he certainly has room for improvement, he shot a promising 68% from the free throw line and 28% from three-point range. Bamba's college coaches were extremely fascinated about his basketball IQ, specifically his ability to see plays before they develop and to pass out of double teams. Today, he has put tremendous work into his jump shot and it looks even more clean. Bamba could be the next best center in the league. Being coached under Rick Carlisle and having Dirk as a mentor would be a dream come true for Bamba. Not to mention, a great young core with Dennis Smith Jr. at the point and Bamba at the 5, that would be marvelous. As always, there's certainly some risk to this pick. Will Bamba's body fill out? Will he show the burning desire to become great? But the reward is that the Mavericks could get the best player in this year's draft. And I'm serious about that. With the 6th pick, the Orlando Magic select Trae Young. A dream fit for the team and a dream fit for the player. The Magic need a point guard, badly. They also need some excitement surrounding a franchise that's been stuck in neutral and utterly identityless since Stan Van Gundy was fired, but truly since Dwight has been traded. Young is a potential star. Sure, the Steph Curry comparisons put way too much pressure on the young man's shoulders, but his playing style as well as his collegiate stats back it up. Scouts question whether he can bulk up. His size is the biggest question mark. But he's roughly the same size as Chris Paul and Kyle Lowry, so size doesn't have to kill his game. Pressure seemed to get him to last season, as he became the face of college basketball. Playing in a relatively pressure-free environment in Orlando could be perfect for him, and I think they'd be a great fit together. With the 7th pick, the Chicago Bulls select Michael Porter Jr. A huge risk, given the health concerns. But at some point, the reward outweighs the risk. Going into the season, Porter was considered in the running for the number 1 overall pick. Then the hip problem and the microdiscectomy surgery on his back sidelined him for the bulk of his one-and-done season. It's around this point where the draft begins to thin out, and Porter's enormous ceiling begins to outweigh the risk. He's a natural scorer. The Kevin Durant comparison some have made is going too far. But there are similarities between the two. I do, however, see Porter as a Jason Tatum type player, but just a tick better in almost every way, and a tick taller too. It's a dream for the Bulls. If Porter falls this low, he could end up as the best player in this draft. But if his health concerns continue, the dream could turn into a nightmare. With the 8th pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Collin Sexton. It's more likely LeBron stays if the Cleveland Cavaliers trade this pick for the likes of Kawhi Leonard or Kemba Walker. But let's say he stays either way. Drafting Sexton is a win-now pick. Perhaps Villanova's Mikal Bridges, an experienced two-way wing, would make much more sense. But the Cavs won't know if LeBron is staying until after the draft. So this pick needs to plan for a LeBron-less future. The younger Sexton ceiling is higher than Bridges, and therefore a better building block for an uncertain future. Sexton can be the point guard of the future, and the player the Cleveland Cavaliers will build after the post-LeBron era. He could almost be like a Kyrie replacement, even though Kyrie was traded last offseason. But the exciting score-first point guard is the closest there is to a Russell Westbrook in this draft. I don't think it would be crazy if the Cleveland Cavaliers select Wendell Carter Jr. here, but if they really want to try for one more year, why not? Because he's a way better player than Tristan Thompson will ever be. Tristan Thompson has really let us all down, and that's a topic for another video.